Hello, it's a Symbol of Light here, and I wanted to talk about one of my least favorite arguments that I see on the internet, and I'll use arguments in quotes because it's to me it's not even really an argument. It's used as such, so I'll address it as such in this video, but really all it is just a deflection. And that's basically whenever you make an argument of some kind and someone inevitably chimes in and says, you're mentally ill, or you have a derangement syndrome, or go get help. And it's basically just a way to invalidate your arguments by trying to invalidate you as a messenger. So it's basically it's shooting the messenger to shoot down the message. It doesn't actually address anything. Like if I was to make an argument, like let's say I make a political argument of some kind. Let's say I say, oh, ICE is abusing people, and then somebody says, oh, you're mentally ill. That doesn't address whether or not ICE is abusing people or what we should do about it or if it's right or wrong. It doesn't touch the argument. But that's not even the worst part about it. Um, it's also dishonest because it does kind of feel like it's used whenever somebody can't really back up their own counter argument or instead of an argument. Um, so someone can get likes without really putting any effort into response at all. But it goes beyond that. The biggest issue with it is that it's treating mental illness itself as if it's an insult, and that's not okay. It's not okay at all. Like imagine imagine if you were to use a more specific example. Let's say somebody made an argument for something. Let's say it's about the ICE facilities again. Let's say ICE is abusing people, and then somebody said, "Oh, you're anorexic." Okay, well, like, does that mean anorexic people are wrong? Like, does that mean that just by having some sort of eating disorder, you have no right to argue something, or that you're automatically in the wrong on everything you believe in? Like, there's tons and tons of different mental disorders. There's depression, there's anxiety, there's schizophrenia, there's anorexia, as I was talking about, hoarding, um, and these are all things that people deal with. And just dealing with those things does not make somebody immediately wrong or disprove their point. And it's absolutely horrible to say that someone's the things someone's dealing with are make them inferior in somehow and make their arguments therefore inferior. I don't know why. Well, no, I do know why this argument gets used, but it shouldn't be used. It's morally wrong. It's ethically wrong, and we need to stop doing this to each other. It's mental illness is just one thing that people deal with, so no different than stress or a broken arm or upset stomach, um, and much like any other any other thing. It can be medicated if it becomes to the point where it's decreasing somebody's ability to function. But we wouldn't go in and make an argument. Let's say again with the example of the ice facilities and say, "Oh, you have a broken arm. So what? So what?" Or like we wouldn't say, "Oh, well, you have an upset stomach, so you're wrong." So why is it that mental illness, which does not mean that somebody's delusional, which also wouldn't be bad or make them a bad person or even make their argument wrong. Um, it doesn't mean that somebody is inferior and that nobody should listen to their argument. All it means is that it's something that someone has to deal with in their life. It's a different hand of cards that they were dealt from everybody else. Well, and you shouldn't even say from everybody else. The mental illnesses are fairly common. I think if I remember right, like something like one in every four, no, one in every three adults has some form of anxiety or depression. So does that mean that 33% of all people are wrong about everything and you can just disregard what they have to say? It's a stupid argument. It's a immoral argument. And honestly, you're just being a bully by using it. Let's stop using this argument and let's call it out when we see it. Peace.